Imagine a world where empires rise like storms and fall like dust, where kings gamble with the lives of thousands, and a single battle can reshape the destiny of an entire civilization. This is the world you're about to enter, a world drenched in the heat of ambition, the weight of forgotten oaths, and the echo of footsteps that march toward glory or oblivion. Picture vast deserts shimmering beneath merciless suns, where chariots slice through golden dunes like lightning across the sky, and distant mountains wrapped in ancient mist where warriors stand carved against the horizon like statues sculpted by the gods themselves. History was never meant to be a quiet tale whispered in dusty books. It was born from the thunder of armies, the betrayal behind palace walls, the courage of men who stood their ground against impossible odds, and the sacrifices that stained the soil long before our world had a name. In these ancient wars, commanders rode into battle believing destiny had carved their path, believing their victories were written in the stars, while soldiers marched with trembling hearts, carrying the silent knowledge that one wrong step, one unlucky strike, one moment of hesitation could end everything they were. Imagine armies so vast they darken the earth beneath them, shields glowing under the blazing sun like fields of fire, banners whipping through fierce winds like wounded beasts, war horns shattering the silence of dawn, and drums beating in a rhythm that felt like the heartbeat of the world itself preparing for judgment. Hear the metallic roar of swords clashing, the thunder of hooves tearing through the battlefield, arrows blotting out the sky like a storm sent by angry gods, and the cries of men caught between duty and death. But these wars were more than brute force. They were chessboards of cunning and deception, shaped by the minds of leaders whose brilliance or blindness could doom entire nations. Kings plotted over midnight fires, generals whispered strategies no one else dared imagine, and spies slithered across borders carrying secrets worth more than gold and blood combined. Yet for all the triumphs that make legends glow, the shadows tell a different story. Of sons who never returned home, of mothers who waited until their hearts withered, of cities burnt into ashes so fine they rose with the wind and drifted across conquered lands as silent witnesses of what ambition truly costs. Every victory you've heard about was built upon bones buried deep beneath forgotten soil. Every empire fashioned from tears history rarely remembers. And as we journey forward into this unforgiving past, its battles, its betrayals, its desperate last stands, you will see how a single decision from a king, a single moment of clarity from a general, or a single act of defiance from a nameless soldier had the power to bend the arc of time itself, turning triumph into ruin or defeat into immortality. So stay with me, because for the next few minutes, you and I will walk shoulder to shoulder through the dust and fire of the ancient world, stand in the shadows of war machines, witness the rise and collapse of kingdoms that believed they would last forever, feel the tremor of empires clashing like titans beneath a furious sky, and listen to the living pulse of history, raw, unfiltered, unforgiving, revealing itself exactly as it unfolded on the trembling edge of destiny.